here's my 82 Aspencade, this Goldwing. I've got a couple custom features on it. One is the brake lights. I've actually got LED brake lights in there as opposed to bulbs, and I've got a flasher built on, so when you actually hit the brakes, it flashes a few times. I've also got this strip of LEDs on top here which are connected to the brakes. So every time you hit the brakes, the LEDs flash. I've also put in on the rear turn signals LEDs. It gives you a little sharper kind of on-off and just blink, and it makes it a little more visible. On the front, I've got a headlight modulator. As you can see here, it's quite bright, and what it does is it modulates the high beam, as you can see, 240 times a minute or 4 times a second. And it doesn't actually turn it on and off. It goes from 100% down to about 30%. And that makes the bike quite visible. And it's automatic in that when you turn the high beams on, they come on. But it's got a little light sensor, which you can see I've lit up with a flashlight here. So when it gets down to a certain, like dusk, when it gets kind of dark, I'll turn that flashlight off. You'll notice the modulation stops automatically because you're not allowed to run it at night, and that's by law you have to have that. As well, if you turn it, I'll turn the flashlight back on so the modulation starts again. So you can see, now it turns on whenever the high beam is on. So if I turn it to low beam, you can see the modulation stops and I have my regular low beam. If I flick it back onto high beam, the modulation turns back on. And that's what the cars see as I'm coming down the road.